welcome to today's show, Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Burgess, passionate, inspirational speaker, author, poet, and entrepreneur. Good morning, and welcome to Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm so delighted that you joined me this morning. Today is Wednesday, September 19th. I want to give a big thank you to those of you who are listening today all around the world. I'm delighted and so grateful that you tuned in. I sure hope you're enjoying a fabulous day today and a fantastic week. And I hope you're making a difference in your own life, because when you do, you also make a difference in somebody else's life. Now, a lot of folks really want to make their life count for something, but they don't know how, or it seems so big they don't know how or where to begin. Well, they ask me, Dr. Gloria, how do you make your life count? And I say it's very simple, very simple. If you love people like I do, you can always do something for them. Now, some people call it random acts of kindness or random acts of beauty. I call it making yourself useful. I call it being kind and serving others, passing on your blessings to someone else. It's all part of legacy living. It's all part of how you make your life count. And you do that day by day, step by step, moment by moment, smile by smile, every single day, 365, 24/7. That's what legacy living, make your life count, is all about. Now, you can learn more about legacy living, make your life count, by visiting the Gloria Burgess website. That's Gloria, B as in boy, URGESS.com. The Gloria Burgess website. Or you can visit me on Facebook. That's facebook.com/DR for Dr. DR Gloria Burgess, PhD /. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm your host, Dr. Gloria. This is Legacy Living, Make Your Life Count. I'm excited to have you listening today, and I'm deeply honored that you've allowed me to be part of your life for this next half hour or so you can be inspired by ideas and resources to make your life count. Let me tell you, you are in for a real treat today. Today's program is all about the power of gratitude. Now, this is actually one of my favorite topics and one of my favorite things to do. But did you know that as a culture, we don't often say thank you? Now, why is that? My favorite book says, in everything, give thanks. But I think these days we take so much for granted, don't we? I know I like to begin and end every single day with gratitude. I say thanks for a brand new day when I get up in the morning. I say thanks for a brand new start, for whole new chances, right? And I always say thanks at the end of the day when I say my prayers. Now, why do I do that? Because it feels good. And because gratitude is the source. It is the source of all blessings. In my own life, I found gratitude to be very powerful, very transformative. And as you begin to understand and think about it at a deeper level, I know that you too will see and understand the amazing power of gratitude. So today, I'm going to explore and to unpack the layers of gratitude, not only as something that we do, which is how we typically think about gratitude, but today I also want to explore gratitude as a way of being in the world, as a way of being and how we move through the world, right? Now, it's been said that when you move through the world with a sense of gratitude, you walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Now, that's pretty powerful, isn't it? Walking as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Now, if we walked every day like that, like we're kissing the ground, kissing the earth, it would be very hard to imagine the many ways that we actually damage the earth, the ways in which we just kind of take it for granted, the ways in which we trash it, and in some cases even destroy it. Now, as I said, I want to explore gratitude not only as a way of being in the world, but also in terms of how we, in turn, experience the world. Because we often get back what we put out. If we put out fear, guess what? We get fear in return. And if we put out our mistrust, we get that back, right back in our face. And you know what? When we put out our gratitude, we get that back. So let's talk about gratitude as a practice. A practice. Now, what exactly is a practice? What do we mean by that? Well, one way to think about practice is how you apply or use something that you believe, right? A practice is something that you do, something that you put into action so that you develop a skill or a proficiency or fluency or expertise rather than just noodling about it or theorizing about it. So what I mentioned earlier, walking as if your feet are kissing the ground, kissing the earth, that's a practice, right? Now, if you play a sport or a musical instrument or you take care of your physical or spiritual well-being, you know that a practice is something that you have to do regularly, right? And if you want to get really good at that sport, say you're playing basketball or baseball or soccer, or if you're playing a musical instrument, or if you want to be really fit, you have to engage in that practice very often, usually every single day, 365, 24/7. So the practice of gratitude is something that you can do yourself to influence the results that you want to achieve in your life. You can use your understanding of gratitude to expand your self-awareness, to better understand yourself and how you move through the world. You can use it to consider your relationship, your attunement with God, the most powerful force in all of our lives. I mean, gratitude connects us to so much, not only to God, but to ourselves, to our loved ones, and to others. It connects us to all beings, to all things, really. Now, how many of you know that we are deeply connected to others, whether we know those other folks or not? And how many of you know that there are no self-made men or women? The truth is, none of us would be here. I mean, none of us would be listening to this show right now without the hundreds, without the thousands of women and men who came before us. Those who paved a way, who built roads and bridges, and made enormous sacrifices for us so that we could be here right now. We owe all of them a huge amount of thanks, a huge amount of gratitude. So let's take a closer look at what gratitude really means. Now, that great philosopher, Cicero, reminds us that gratitude is the grandparent and the highest of all virtues. That's pretty significant, don't you think? Pretty amazing. It's been said that gratitude is the act of one heart greeting another, each on its own terms. Ralph Waldo Emerson reminds us to cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you. He also says, give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Now, I like to write about gratitude. In fact, I write about it a lot. Why? Because gratitude is connected to love, and love is the highest frequency or vibration on the planet. Gratitude offers us the power of blessings. And when we talk about the power of blessings, we're talking about the blessings that we receive, okay, the blessings that come our way, the blessings that we pass along to other people, and those blessings that are already coming towards us, but we haven't fully received them yet. So these are blessings out there in the future that are just waiting for us to walk into. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to express our caring and compassion and concern for one another, and to acknowledge the many unearned blessings in our lives. Now, these days, there are people who devote their entire life to researching gratitude. Most of them are looking into the scientific basis for gratitude. Right? Pretty amazing. So let's take a deeper dive into gratitude. Did you know that gratitude is an emotion? Let's think about that. It's an emotion, and it's also a state of being. That means that being grateful is not just something that we do, it's something that we feel, right? We can feel the energy of it. And it's also a way of being in our personal lives, with our family, with our teammates at work, with our neighbors in our community. Being grateful includes these qualities: appreciation, thankfulness, acknowledgement, being pleasing to the mind and to the senses. Being grateful includes your ability to express appreciation and to give thanks to someone else. It also includes your ability to embody what we call a posture of gratitude or disposition of gratitude, right? We sometimes say we walk in gratitude, but what does that really mean? Walking in gratitude means that we are gratitude. Not just doing it, but becoming it. Two entirely different things, right? It means that we actually inhabit gratitude as an aspect of our character, our nature, as an aspect of who we are. We actually can be gratitude. You've heard that expression, be the change? This is about being gratitude. Now, how cool is that? Just like anything else. Just like anything else we want to get good at. As I mentioned earlier, we have to practice. We have to practice gratitude. Now, let me share some of the benefits of practicing gratitude. Did you know that gratitude actually makes negative things, negative energy go away? So it dissolves negativity. The negative feelings like anger or envy or pride or jealousy or fear. Gratitude helps us even when we're feeling defensive. And when we express our thankfulness, our gratitude, we actually open up our hearts, okay? We actually open up our hearts so that we can fully embrace others. The practice of gratitude also frees us up to be more generous. In fact, it's impossible to have a closed heart and to be thankful at the same time, right? So having a closed heart and being grateful can happen because the two cannot coexist.